Hello and welcome to Space Salvage. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create an inner sleeve for a 12-inch vinyl record out of 4 sheets of paper and a bunch of tape. So here's an example of the final design. It has a double reinforced bottom to prevent records from coming out the bottom. It's a common problem that I've noticed. And it's got pieces of tape here so that it doesn't wear out as fast where you're going to be handling the sleeve the most. So in order to create one of these, you're going to need 4 sheets of 8.5 by 11 printer paper, a nice ruler, a pencil, a ton of Scotch tape, and for the hole at the end, you're going to need a compass and an X-Acto knife to cut it out. So to start out, we're going to join these 2 pieces of paper together. So we line up the edges. There is no overlap, and then we spread out that little area and put a piece of tape over it, just like so. And then we repeat the same process with the top side, and then we do the middle. Each and every single piece of tape here is pretty crucial to the end functionality of the design. Then we're going to add this piece of tape right here so that it stays about 1 centimeter above the edge, if you can see there. And then we flip it over, fold it over, make sure it's nice and secure, and then we repeat the same process for the other side. Make sure there's about 1 centimeter between the bottom of the paper and the top of the tape. Flip and fold. So then the next step is to do pretty much the exact same thing, except we're adding a 3rd piece of paper to the end of this chain. And so all the steps are the exact same. A piece of tape on the bottom, and then a piece of tape on the top, and another in the middle. And then we flip it over, add the tape for the bottom and the top. Feel free to pause the video at any point to catch up with the steps. We flip it over, fold, and fold. And now comes the fun part. So because vinyl records are measured using imperial units, we are going to measure this using imperial units. So we're going to measure 6 3/4 of an inch from the edge, make a little mark, and then we repeat the same thing, 6.75 inches from the edge up here. And then we connect them with a line so that we know what to fold along. And the reason why we're making marks here is because this is going to be the inside of the sleeve, so we don't have to worry about it looking good. And then we repeat the exact same thing with the exact same measurements on the other. So 6.75 inches, and then 6.75 here. Draw the line. And then we need to fold along the line. So for this process, you just look inside the little loop, give it a little pinch so it's along the line, and then you line up this corner right here with the edge of paper. You press this, and then you just run your finger along here to create a nice strong fold. I messed that up a little, but it's fine. You can always readjust it. There we go. And then we repeat the exact same process for the other side. I think I got it. And then we fold it, and if we want to check to make sure that our fold is correct, yeah, my line was off there. Now we have the main body of the sleeve. So we're just going to take another little piece of tape, make sure everything's lined up, place it in the center, where we put a piece of tape down here, and a piece of tape up here. Gonna make this record sleeve as sturdy as we can. Alright, so then the next part of the process is we're going to be joining the top together with a single long piece of tape. It's my second take. First time I accidentally recorded a slow-mo video. So then underneath, and then fold it over, and boom. Now you have the top of the record holder settled. Then we're going to take our fourth sheet of paper and fold it in half the long way, so it has as much overlap as possible. And then we fold it in half again, and we turn it so that the side that opens like this is facing towards us. And then we measure 1 inch up from the bottom, make a little mark on the edge, measure 1 inch up from the bottom again, mark the edge, and then we're going to line it up so that this main sleeve goes in, and then we line it up so that the line is right at the edge of the holder, and we make sure that it's centered. And then, thank you for interrupting my recording. This is my second take. What do you need?
Oh, I was just wondering who you're talking to.
I'm using commentary to demonstrate the different steps on how to create this holder for the recording.
Oh, okay. For what class?
It's not for a class, I just wanted to make it so that I didn't forget the design. Okay. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Alright, so once you get it lined up, then you take a single piece of tape and put it over the corner to secure it in place. And then you do the same with the other corner. And then we're gonna put one in the middle over this so that it's nice and secure. And just like that, the side is done. Then we flip it over and repeat the process on the other side. Tape the corner, tape the center, and then just like that, we have the sleeve. It's all complete except for the final step, which I suppose is optional. You just need to get something underneath there so that you're not cutting directly into the table. So then we're going to get our ruler and measure 6 inches up from the bottom. You want to make sure to measure up from the bottom, because otherwise, if you measure from the top, the record will sit low underneath the window. So we make a line out from the 6 inch mark, and then we measure from the side and line that up with the 6 inch mark. Horizontal line, and then line up from the 6 inch mark. And right there is the center of the sleeve. So then we are going to measure 2 inches out from the center of the sleeve and make a little mark. And then we grab the protractor, or not the protractor, the compass, put the pencil inside, and then we put the center of the compass at the center of those two lines where they intersect, and put the tip of the pencil right at the mark that we made, just like so. And then we draw the circle. And then the final step is to cut along the circle with the X-Acto knife. The closer you follow the circle, the more circular your window will be. Okay, there we go. And we just make sure to press firmly so you can cut through both sheets of paper and the places where there are 3. And almost there. All right. And we're done. So just like that, you have a full on-record sleeve with the reinforced top. And then one last final touch that you can make, because the paper overlaps here, you can just put a little piece of tape on the edge just to hold it in place and prevent the record from snagging on it as it goes in. All right. And there you go. You can go ahead and just slide the record on in, and just like that, it lines up pretty well with the hole that we made. So yeah, it will slide directly into the sleeve, and yeah, it should work for all the different purposes that any other sleeve would work. It's more split than I remember it being. We'll just put it in there, slide it in, and yeah, thanks for watching this tutorial. This has been Space Salvage. Hello again. It's actually several months later than the previous recording session, but after several weeks of testing, I have determined that there is one additional design feature that is necessary for the proper functioning of these sleeves. We're basically just going to be cutting the corners off. So to start out, we take the ruler and measure from the bottom of this corner up 1 inch, and then we make a mark. Just like that, make a quick mark, and then we repeat the process on the other side. And then if we've done this properly and lined everything up right, we should be able to connect the dot that we made on the side and the corner of the indentation and simply draw a line across there. And then we repeat the process for the other side. So line up with the dot, line up with the corner, and then draw another line. Wait, far back enough? Okay. There we go. And then we take the scissors, and I prefer to start cutting from the bottom. That's just easier for me. We just cut corners off. And we cut these corners off very carefully. And ta-da! You can throw in little triangle scraps. But now it has a bottom that won't get caught on the edge of your sleeve. And it actually looks slightly bigger despite having slightly less material. But yep, that is the final design. And yeah, maybe I can finally get around to posting this.